wasn't in the truck. And then I started ordering parts. We got the VS Racing 7875 turbo. It's got their intercooler piping kit. It's a eBay style exhaust side, hot side, with the crossover pipe underneath. It's got the crossover pipe underneath, and then a cast manifold on the side that you mount the turbo right on. It's a T4 flange. It's got a carbon performance design intake, stock cathedral port heads, Bosch 210 injectors. It's running on Holley Terminator X, Bosch fuel pump replacement, and all Dash 8 fuel lines for the feed, and then Dash 6 on the way back. It's got a Radium Engineering fuel pressure regulator that has a boost reference, which is really nice. 3-inch straight pipe exhaust goes into a cutout that I've got before, a vibrant resonator and race muffler, and then it's kicked out the side. Right now the truck's sitting on a set of drag radials, Mickey Thompson's, they're 305s, and then it's got the skinnies in the front, so I'm not doing any spirited driving right now or crazy handling. I think we'll go left here. Other than that, that's the engine. Transmission is a Turbo 400 from Winter Circle Transmissions down here in Texas. It's got a trans brake. It's their 1,000 horsepower package. I believe it's a stage 4. The nice thing about this trans brake that they put in it is you don't have to push the button to put it in reverse. You can still just go into reverse like a normal full manual valve body, but you don't have to push the button. Out back, I have a S550 Mustang rear end, independent rear suspension out of a 2016 GT, so it's got 373 rear gears with limited slip. It's got disc brakes in the back because of that swap, and then in the front I've got the 13-inch AZ Pro Performance disc brake kit, and it's got some pretty good stopping power. QA1 coilovers all around on all 4 corners, double adjustables in the front, single adjustables in the rear, only because I already had them. I had to make some custom bracketry to get them mounted up. Big old horse. Did have the truck dynoed. It's tuned by Dr. EFI. He's out of Dallas, I believe. Sorry if that's wrong, but I believe he's out of Dallas. He remote tuned the truck, did one revision really, and it was pretty bang on, but he's had me kind of send him some data logs as I've gotten more miles on the truck and started to introduce more boost. But he's been awesome to work with. I had it on the dyno over at Renegade Auto Works in Rockport, Texas. And the truck made 626 foot-pounds of torque to the tire, and I am experiencing that firsthand. It's pretty hard to put that power down, so I'm hoping that I can get the truck out for a track day here sometime. Like spinning there already, so it doesn't take much. Cut. I just want to go through the gears. I'm not going to put my foot into it, but this road is not good. We're not making any boost really. Hopefully the audio is not garbage. I do got this mic on. It's my first attempt at a driving review. The truck has a 4-pound wastegate spring in it right now. That seems to be doing okay until we get past like 5,500, and then that boost starts to creep up to 10 psi. Back to what I was saying about the truck making 626 foot-pounds of torque. I've accidentally built a burnout machine, and that wasn't the original intention. original intention with building the truck was A, to find a home for the motor that I had built. Oops. Upshifted a little soon there. A, find a home for the motor that I had built. B, see what I can do with building a truck. And C, when I bought the truck, I did a draggy pass at the track with it, and it ran like almost a 20-second quarter mile. I think it was like a 19 something. And not knowing what this engine, turbo, transmission, rear end combo we're gonna do together, I kind of was hoping that I could cut that time in half, if not at least take 8 to 9 seconds off of that and make this a 11-second street truck. So that's kind of the goal right now. First, I got to get to the track and make a solid pass. Ultimately, if I can get it to hook up and go all the way down the track, a clean pass, then I'm hoping that I can get in the 11s. I did do some testing and calculations, and with almost 3-second 60 foot spinning in first second and then going up into third, the truck in a quarter mile speed was 115 miles per hour, and that ran I think it was a 12.79, so sub 13 seconds with a 2.6 60 foot trap speed, 115 miles an hour. That trap speed should be an 11-second quarter mile time all day. So if I can get it to hook up in that 60 foot and get it under 2 seconds, I'm assuming that's going to make a big difference on the top end. I don't have a lot of drag racing experience. I kind of built this truck to be a Swiss Army knife. The other set of tires is 10.5-inch wide in the back with 305s, and then only 8-inch wide in the front, but I do have the possibility of putting a 305 in the front to match the back, and that would make it set up for autocross. I've got the adjustable suspension that I can tune for that. I've got the drag pack on it right now with, again, the adjustable suspension and the wheel set up for a track. I might need a new set of tires by this point without even have made a single track pass. And we'll see what else I can do with the truck. I mean, I'm not gonna go out and drift it by any means, but I'm sure it can do a donut no problem. I think if I can drive it like I am right now, go to the grocery store, go grab a coffee, go grab some ice cream with my wife, do all that stuff, also take it to the track on the weekend and run an 11-second pass or better maybe in the future, who knows, we'll see. And then maybe go to a Sunday autocross or a car show, then I'm happy with it. So again, hopefully this mic setup's working. I'll work on getting some better quality videos. Let me know if there's anything that you guys want to see about the truck, and I am still looking for a name. There's some cows. I'm still looking for a name for the truck. I'm looking for some events or some testing tunes that I can bring the truck to and hopefully see what it can do. Car meets in the area, all that stuff. I'd love to have any excuse to bring this thing out and see what it can do. I'm also curious how it's going to stack up against, like I said, a GT500, a Hellcat, a Z06, a ZR1, whatever the supercharged Corvettes are, or even the NA ones. But so far the truck's been a blast. It's a little rough around the edges, but it's perfect in that sense because I can drive the poop out of it and not have to worry about wadding up a $80,000 car. Or I can park it in a grocery store parking lot and not worry about parking right next to the grocery carts. So I am curious to see what the future holds for this truck as far as getting it down the quarter mile and making it faster than it already is. It already scares the poop out of me as it sits, and that's without hooking up. I'm basically just driving around doing burnouts. So, But stuff like this, nice little windy back road, it's perfect for it. It's got QA1 suspension. It's got coilovers. You can make it as stiff or as bumpy as you'd like. And the nice thing about how the suspension is set up right now, I've got it almost on full soft. It rides like the stock truck did. It just sits a little bit lower. It sits about 8 to 9 inches lower in the rear and probably 7 to 8 inches lower in the front. It's got a really good stance, but it still clears everything. I can go over a speed bump and not have to worry about ripping an oil pan or ripping the crossover piping out from under the truck. And from here on, the goal with the truck is just to drive it, enjoy it, and of course, no project is ever complete. So I've got a laundry list of things that I would like to, oh geez, a bunch of grass all over the road. I've got a laundry list of things that I would like to go back and not redo, but just improve on. I built the truck in kind of a time crunch, which seems to work for me as far as getting things done and not over-analyzing every aspect of the truck. But I'd like to tidy up the wiring. I've got the stock fuel tank mounted in the bed. I'd like to change that to a fuel cell, which would be a little bit safer and just look cleaner. I'd like to move the battery to the back. I'd like to powder coat the fender liners and the intercooler piping and fix the wastegate exit. It kind of shoots right up into the fender. It doesn't exit out the side of the truck. But just listen to that idle. And then you can open up the exhaust dumps. I wouldn't say it sounds better, but it sounds louder. Oh, I've got a couple parts already coming for it. So it's got these, I don't know what you would call these mirrors. They can pivot. I ordered a set of sport mirrors for it. I ordered some black headlights, so we'll do installs on all that stuff. I maybe want to put a roll pan on the back. Probably get the windows tinted with some UV resistant tint. Potentially put the truck on E85. I don't know if anybody has experience with that and would suggest doing it or not doing it. I'd love to hear your feedback on that. I don't usually come across many places that have E85 readily available. I'd like to do a bit better valve cover setup. Right now I've got the coils mounted on top of the valve covers and I've got breather AN fittings coming off mid to rear of the valve covers. I'd like to remote mount those ignition coils, maybe put them inside the truck or something, or on the firewall at least, and then just have a nice clean looking, oh wow, there's a mama deer and a little fawn. It looks like it just was born. I'd like to have a nice clean valve cover setup and maybe a better catch can breather setup. A little bit better cooling. Right now I've got the fans from that S550 Mustang under the hood with no real like shrouding around it. It's just kind of pass through. So there is some opportunity to force air to be pulled through more portions of that radiator. The transmission cooler is mounted horizontally with a fan on it. I'd maybe like to have that head on so that when I am driving it forces more air through that. Interior wise, I've got this nice CarPlay radio, but it is pretty far away. I kind of got to lean forward to do anything with it. And I've been seeing guys put CarPlay setups up here in the dash where I've got my Holly set up currently. So I'd maybe like to change that to where the CarPlay is and then upgrade my gauges over here. Only 2 of them are really working, the fuel gauge and my battery voltage. Upgrade that to a Holly display because I've seen some guys came out with the retro style gauges for that Holly display. So I'd like to upgrade that stuff and maybe get rid of this switch panel that I've got here. It looks a little bit janky, but it was just kind of something to get me on my way. Maybe something a little bit cleaner and smaller than that. And the other thing I want to do is take the box back off and finish bracing up the rear end. I kind of got it bare bones welded in right now. It's been holding up, thankfully, with the abuse that I've been throwing at it, but it probably should be braced up. Maybe do some dimple dyeing, some really nice fabrication work back there, and make it look a little more pretty. When I have the box off, I'd also like to blast and paint the frame. Halo going on back down. We got a little lake here. All right, so that's pretty much it. That's everything that I can think of right now, currently with the truck as it sits, what I'd like to do to it, what my plans are with it. Pretty much just to enjoy it and tinker with it when I can. I'm sure as many of you know, it's hard to find the time when you've got a full-time job and work on weekends. It's hard to find the time to do stuff. So, just gotta make time for it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed listening to me ramble about my truck. I'm gonna try and do more content with it than just burnouts. And as usual, I appreciate you guys watching. There's a peacock right there. Those are not people, those are dolls. Okay. There was a peacock though. Oh, there's a doll. Woo! Golly. Hit that like button, hit subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Go back and watch my old videos. They're not great, but every view and time watched helps. So I do appreciate it. Thanks for watching this one, guys. Thanks for listening to me ramble about my truck. I do plan to do more content with it than just burnouts. And let me know if there's any ideas you guys got down in the comments below. I appreciate you as usual, and we will talk to you later. Peace. All right, I was just looking at the tires on this thing. I think it's safe to say that it's time for a new set. I think we're down to the cords there. How's the other one look? Yeah, same thing over here. They go.